Hi folks, thank you very much for joining me. About 2.5 years ago I started this YouTube channel with just a Boss Katana and a bunch of guitars and an iPhone. So I think the time has finally come for me to dip my toe into the overcrowded world that is overdrive pedals. Now you probably know more about this than me. I'm quite new to this, so if you've got any help or advice, it would be great to read the comments. And anybody else who's starting out a similar journey might find these comments interesting. So let's get started. So over the course of 2019, I must have watched about 30-35 episodes of That Pedal Show with Dan and Mick, and now my head hurts with the potential possibilities. Got Clons and Tube Screamers and Tumnus and Analog Man, and the choice is endless. So the tone I'm thinking about is I want a gutsy lead tone that's, when I dig in hard, the note starts to get chewy, and yet I still want to keep some clarity and some bite. More Joe Walsh than Joe Satriani. So that's the tone in my head. So here's my pedal collection so far. Don't laugh. So I'm going to briefly soundbite each one and give it a Paul Cook score based on how close it comes to nailing my brief. I won't fully demo each pedal, that'll get really boring and long-winded. I've just set them up for how I want to hear them. And for the same reasons of time, I'm just going to use one amp, and just by coincidence I've chosen the Cornell Romany 12, that little tweed covered thing. Think of it as a late 50s tweed style valve amp. Now I've got the amp set so that it's no longer clean, it's starting to go but not fully into overdrive yet, and that bass tone sounds like this. First up, from Tone City, one of the cheaper ones at $39.99, the Sweet Cream Bullseye. This hits my brief bang on the nose, and it will now be the standard by which all other pedals will be judged. It's mad that it only costs 40 quid compared to some of the more expensive ones, but there you go. I'm going to give that 10 out of 10, and it sounds like this. Next up, still from Tone City and still 40 quid, is the Kafir Lime. Now this is not for me, this is a hard sounding pedal, it's pushing the mids or something like that. Maybe doing what a Tube Screamer does, but not for me in the house anyway. For this clip, I've tried to suppress its personality and take the gain to 0 and whap up the volume, and I can get something usable that I like, and that tone sounds like this. But then the minute I bring in the gain again and reduce the volume to balance the pedal out more, it reveals its harder nature and sounds like this. So for me, this is really going to be a 6 out of 10. If I was in a band trying to cut through a mix in a loud pub or something, this could be my best friend, but it's definitely my least favourite. 6 out of 10. Next up, from TC Electronic, the Mojomojo. Not an easy pedal to read in this light. This is Paul Gilbert's favourite pedal. It's his always on pedal, and he loves this pedal's bottom end and general warmth. And I love bottom end and general warmth. There's a joke in there somewhere. But while he uses single coil guitars, of course, and I'm more of a P90 humbucker. Even my Telecaster's got juicy, beefy pickups. So while he's piling in the bass, I'm dialing it back out again. So with a more extreme setting, low bass and higher treble, yeah, you can get a lovely, chewy, warm sounding overdrive. I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10, just because I wish it had a bit more bite and more grit in the tone. But what a lovely, creamy sound this is. So great pedal, 8.5 out of 10, and it sounds like this. Next up from Hudson Electronics is the Broadcast Dual. 2 pedals in one. Absolutely great pedal. Love this pedal. I think it thinks it's a fuzz pedal. On side 1 you've got your overdrive, but there's a warm hint of fuzz in the background and some nice grit. And then you kick in side 2 and you're into lovely, warm, cozy fuzz territory. Great fun. Hours of fun to be had with that one. It's a germanium. Not the quietest pedal in the world. Sometimes it picks up some weird frequencies, but oh, what a great pedal. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 just because it slightly misses the brief, but it brings something else to the party that's just wonderful. So this is 9 out of 10 for me. Great pedal. Sounds like this. And lastly, we have the Greer amps Lightspeed. Now, I added hours of painstaking research before getting this one. I was thinking, do I go for a clone, a tumnus? But nobody has a bad word to say about this particular pedal. Rhett Schul, guitar YouTuber, has it on all the time. Danish Pete from Andertons was deliriously happy when he was demoing it. So I thought, well, I had to have this. When I turned it on, I just smiled straight away. Boom, bullseye, hits the brief bang on. And yet, when I A/B it with a much cheaper Sweet Cream, so we're 200 quid, 40 quid, this seems to just pip it. This seems to take a tiny bit of bottom end away and just focus the sound and push it a wee bit forward. This is so full sounding by comparison that I'm actually going to give this a second place, a very close second place, 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely brilliant pedal, but just not quite as perfect as that one. But let's see how this one sounds. out back to back, just using one lick. So let's finish up with me playing some blues over a blues backing track. I'll flick through each pedal, it'll be obvious what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, but you'll see in the mix that the differences in each pedal are far less perceptible. Let's see what you think of this. So to finish up, thank you very much for watching as always. This could just be the start of a longer journey, so there could be a part 2 at some point. Who knows. Anyway, see you in the next vid. Bye for now.